We're talking more unarmed black men shot. Walter Scott, bully cops, Cleon Hodge, Black Santas, Oakland Fire, banned books, Tomi Lahren versus Trevor Noah, and Dakota Pipelines on today's Headlines with Headliners.
You know, now that I'm not hosting, I don't feel like dancing. Is that a thing?
Hey,
No, I
you're
can't.
gone. He dancing.
I can't.
Come on.
Purple lights.
Yo, Nate went away, got drafted by the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah.
You didn't know LeBron was coming? You're not even going to shimmy?
Oh, shimmy with
I mean, you guys are shimmying enough. Yo, hey, listen.
He's staring at your shimmies right now.
Yo,
You got a freestyle, let's go.
Yo, her breast almost hit me in the face.
almost
bro.
shimmied.
Turn that Chris Brown up just a little bit.
on.
Come on.
Turn around. You want to go hit it up more?
No?
Gotta slow down, you know.
Were you about to freestyle, Nate?
Yeah.
He loves a
Please.
freestyle.
Nate freestyles?
Yeah, Nate, of course he freestyles. Look how...
Look at his hat.
Cleveland Cavaliers, no hitting me. I'm like a Penn State school, no knitting me. We got a new show kicking in with Whitney. We in the building. What's up? Come get with me. Headlines with Headliners, and let's get it, y'all.
He went, I like that. Yeah, E40. He went E40 on the end. I like
Listen,
that.
okay, don't applause for that. Okay,
First of all,
don't do that.
Knitting?
Nittany.
No, it was good.
I
It was
can't
excellent.
get it. No, I can't get.
No.
And
It
this
was
is coming
excellent.
from a young lady who works at a rap studio when
That's
she
true.
feels like it. Other people have put her name in bars.
It's impressive that you
No
rhymed.
one's rhymed it with knitting.
It's
Okay.
impressive
Yes,
that you rhymed with Whitney. I will give you that.
No.
It was impressive.
Knitting.
Yeah, Nittany to Whitney. Excellent work.
Penn State. Knitting
I
line.
get it. It was excellent.
good.
And if this was Inglewood,
have
you would be the mayor.
You have no beef when the bars got your name in them. You're just hating on.
No,
The
no,
Knicks? You
that's,
ain't on Nittany?
that's
Yeah.
not true. That is not true. But just to
Why
state
are
a
you
fact,
Listen,
hold on, just to state a fact,
Okay.
she is new, and so I feel like if you're gonna say anyone's name,
Yeah.
it should have been us. Like I'm just saying,
Just
Nate.
saying.
No.
Yo,
Nene
hey,
goes with
hey,
Nittany.
these hoes ain't loyal, bro.
Hey.
You
Yeah.
treat your guests better than you treat the people who
I
live all the
don't.
time.
I don't. Why do you treat strangers that you don't know nicer than people that deserve your
This
niceness?
is not a stranger that I don't know. We go way back.
How back?
If I want to
8
rhyme
tracks.
with Nittany, let me tell you something. This show got some big ass nitties on it. Okay?
You're goofy.
I'm stupid as hell.
Yes.
By the
Listen.
way, can we just throw out the fact that
So-
it's sick again?
I had first of all,
every week
No,
she's
hey,
got an
hey,
ailment.
stop talking to me, Magic Johnson. Okay,
Yeah.
you sit next to me every single week.
Charlie Sheen over here.
guys.
What, 2 weeks ago you were a tea kettle.
well, unfortunately, that incident, I'm 2 sets of meds right now, so I have 2 issues going
So
on.
that backfired?
Yeah.
Now my yeast is scented. Hilarious. So you guys, if you watched that video and you took her advice and you put a tea bag inside yourself, she apologized.
I missed that.
No,
No,
that part still works, but the other part is back.
What part?
What part?
What's the other part?
Bacterial vaginosis.
Yeah, it's called chlamydia. Listen, let me explain something
I
to you.
already
That
got rid
part.
of that in July.
Oh my gosh.
Hey.
Listen, that's why you need to watch this show. It's not just about the headlines. It's definitely about the
real life.
headliners. That's the one and only Nate Jackson, in case you don't know.
What up, though? At Mr. Nate Jackson, hit me up. I'm on Wildin' Out, you bitch you. I don't know if I can say that, but I got excited.
You
Follow
can.
me on the gram and all that. Just at Mr. Nate Jackson. Beat you. I also got some videos on YouTube. Check me out.
And
Who are you, though?
it's amazing to get to watch you, by the way, and your success, because your videos are hitting millions of views. If you don't know, you definitely need to check him out on the gram. And if you don't know me, I'm the bathrobe heartthrob, aka at I Am Tehran. If you don't know, you should ask your girlfriend.
Ooh.
She probably knows about Kanisha's yeast infection.
Big Nitty's #1.
Hi guys, it's me and I'm sick, and you can find me at Kanisha's Comedy anywhere. You can give me health tips, and you can listen to me on SiriusXM or over at All Deaf Digital.
Actually, you know, I just submitted you for Make-A-Wish Foundation. So they can,
So they can heal you.
Wow.
yeah, but she's always sick. I've never had a healthy Kanisha.
She's sick in the nose and mouth now.
Yeah.
Vagina 2 weeks ago. You're going to get
Every
an ear
hole
infection
of her
soon.
body.
No, I had an ear infection when we first started.
Every
remember?
hole.
You're a grown-up.
kinds.
How do grown-ups get ear infections?
Because the wind blows in your
Okay.
ear. Anyway,
Big Nitty's #2.
Hey guys, it's your girl Miss Tabor, MSTABER, on all social medias. You can find me Dash Radio. Monday went pretty much 5 days a week. I'm over at Dash Radio.
Hosting a show with me. We have a show in Perfect Gentlemen Tuesdays at 1 p.m.
There it
Pacific
is.
Standard Time.
Quit trying to
Live.
fuck. Story number
Whoa.
one.
You're not allowed to. Look,
Say that on air.
you must
What
have just
happened?
got back off tour, bro.
Hey man, these
Wow.
stories have curse words in them.
Let's play it. I censored them for you.
All right, and more F percentage sign CK, this SH percentage sign T, and more F this ish. The trial of Michael T. Slager, the Charleston, South Carolina police officer whose April 2015 videotaped killing of an unmarked black man, 50-year-old Walter Scott, ended in a hung jury and eventually a mistrial after a 3-day holdout in which one juror, just one, refused to find the officer guilty. Slager was charged with murder after his filed police report was refuted by video and eyewitness testimony. South Carolina settled a civil suit with the Scott family for $6.5 million.
Yes, they did.
Federal charges for Slager are still pending. Disclaimer, the video we're about to watch is graphic and not for the faint of heart. But it's real.
Let's watch this video. This is the video of the actual shooting.
Wow.
Yep. This is there was a
And
witness.
there's somebody who's saying they can't find this person guilty. Oh.
And then he goes on to plant drugs on him. So there's that.
Whoa.
Hung jury. Somebody was like, yeah.
One juror hold out. Now, because you hear hung jury, you're automatically assuming it's like 12 Angry Men, and there's this one guy convincing everyone else of the truth. No, that's not what happened. The only black juror happened to be the head juror. That was the only black member of the jury, and he was like, listen, it's been 3 days. We've been trying to convince this one guy. All the other 11 jurors are like, clearly he's guilty. And then there's one holdout who refuses to believe that the police officer was not under the impression that his life was being threatened.
He said that he couldn't, with a clear conscience, convict this guy. And just watching the video right now, it's obvious that this guy was not in fear for his life. He shot him several times as the guy was fleeing away from him. So where are you in danger at that point?
I wouldn't, that's not
That's
even a.
insane
That's
to me.
first of all. Let's just break this down. This is Headlines with Headliners, and we can't go without trying to say something and make it
He could have
lighthearted.
caught that fat woman.
One,
Walter
two,
Scott wasn't running fast.
that was not a full-on flee. That
No,
was a
it was a light
FL.
jog.
He was running like an uncle in a barbecue that looked
Oh
over
my
and saw his
gosh.
truck in neutral, gently rolling down the hill. Wait, hold on, now let me go get my truck. Wait,
Yes.
don't y'all start that spades game without me. He wasn't even full-on running.
He didn't even put it ever. It looked like they were just talking.
Yes, he was like, oh, got you. Like, I don't think he expected to get shot at all. I thought he was ready
Walter
to...
Scott?
No.
Clearly he did his shot. Or the fact that he
He was
fled
like, oh
was
shit, I
because
left
he
my
thought,
stove on.
Yeah, he wasn't even trying to get away from the
I feel
police.
like
no.
they let I feel like they let the officer go because how many times did he have to shoot him to actually shoot the man?
He shot him too many times.
He was
They're
like, you know
like,
what? He needs another chance at being a better police officer. Let him go.
You know,
The-
one juror.
this
One
is
juror.
crazy.
I mean,
It's crazy because in your mind, it's like the one juror is like, I feel like with everything that's going on in the world today, it's just like, nah, I'm not. I'm letting the officer get off. Like I feel like it was more racially charged than him
100%.
saying.
100.
Sure.
There's no other. Listen.
How much money did he make? The family
gonna
got
say-
$6.5 million. How much did he make
Yes.
for ruining the entire thing?
Yeah.
And you know what? This is a lesson to black people. It only takes one person. Shut it down.
No, but that's the thing. And actually, this is another thing that we need to learn is I've noticed a lot of black people and minorities in general, we try to avoid jury duty as much as possible.
Yes.
I've seen people go in there who were like, no habla español, you know what I'm
Yeah, I've
saying?
seen people make
no
up more
habla
illnesses than
inglés,
Kanisha.
nothing. Exactly,
Shut
just
up.
to get off jury. But if you don't believe in something, even if you feel like a crime took place under the law, but you don't agree with the law, as a juror, it is your civic duty to find someone not guilty. That is how you set up protests for law. That is why we have a system of being tried by your peers. And
Well,
rarely
that
are
wasn't
we
his peer. They should
ever,
have sorted this hung juror out way better than that.
But they
But
can't.
this is the thing too. I feel like some of them are placed there, and the fact that I'm going to make sure people get off. I mean, we know that people have ugly hearts in the day that we live in. We know people do things maliciously out of hate. So he could be like, "Oh, I'm going down there
Well,
to make sure."
he did. This is
You know what
this
I'm
is
saying?
Charleston,
Like,
South Carolina.
I was gonna say, this
it's
is-
not. There's only one black member on this jury.
Yes.
Okay. And also another thing you have to remember is that this one juror, when it comes to getting people off, wasn't getting our people off. It's getting
Yeah.
the person off who upheld his personal biased agenda. Now, there are other factors in this case. Number one, the federal case is still pending, which I do not see Walter's. This is riotous if he gets off the federal investigation. Yes. That's another thing. And the civil suit was settled for $6.5 million. And it's crazy to me because it's $6.5 million worth of someone's life.
No.
And I'm thinking to myself, if y'all want to shoot my brother, like, we're not really doing shit.
But that's what they do, though. It's like
crazy.
they get off, but then the family wins all this money, and then the protest and the fight against it stop. And I think that.
But the money is nothing. The money is nothing. Let's be real.
You can't replace.
I mean, and money,
50-year-old
how much taxes and all this, and realistically, like, this is crazy. Like, I can't believe that this is on the internet.
What's crazy
Or
is
it's
that
happening.
they lack the persuasive skills to the point that they can go back 3 times to deliberate and not convince somebody that this was cold-blooded murder.
No, this
All
is
they
not
have to do-
willing to.
This is somebody
I
who's
get it,
yeah.
but you still should be able. Like, listen, this is a joke. But they should have just played the video in slow motion because the whole point of a cop shooting someone is to help detain them and keep them out of harm's way. When he shot him,
No, it's to prevent harm to others.
Okay, well, when he shot him into
Or
a high
themselves.
step, okay, when
Yes.
he started high stepping, you've done enough shooting.
Yes.
Let's watch the video again.
Yeah.
Can we
And
rerun the video,
When I
please?
say
He shot
Wait.
him too many times.
When I say ooh, like Young Ma, that's when he's high stepping and they
Because
should
he was just going, ooh, like it was.
It's
it was
enough
hot.
bullets. When you shoot somebody into a Deion Sanders a full-on high step,
What?
he's not in control of his body, and that was
Okay.
enough.
So
What?
we see the conversation.
Ooh,
Right
right
there,
there.
yep, that was-
Touchdown.
yeah,
That's when he
still.
should have stopped shooting him. That was like 2 in.
Or how about he should have never shot him because he is an unarmed,
And
even as
Right,
an
but
assailant.
if he's saying I
unarmed.
had to fire my firearm,
No,
it's like, do you have to shoot to kill
actually-
or can you shoot to maim?
The point of shooting is actually not, it's only to prevent harm
Yes.
to the officer or to others. It is not to stop a criminal. And in fact, that's something we have to understand. At that point, it's just like a motorcycle chase. If a motorcycle is going too fast and you will harm other civilians by chasing them or a car, you're supposed to just let them go.
Right.
You're supposed to let them go and not give chase.
Well-
Because it is more harmful to others.
And what
There
was
is
he doing
nothing-
anyway?
Who is he protecting at
What
that
was
point?
he doing anyway? When
Who is he saving?
Before or after he started getting
Before.
shot?
Tail light was out.
No
so he got
way.
scared. He got scared. He had, as far as we know,
you
there's no
serious?
criminal.
Yes,
I'm dead serious.
That's
He
so
got scared when he got
preposterous.
pulled over.
Like, all jokes aside.
and he ran
That's
for
outrageous.
it. And
But-
what makes it even worse, he's 50 years old. They brought out his criminal record. And one thing the prosecutor did bring up in the trial, if you watch the trial unfold, is explaining that it was Walter Scott's fault to begin with for leaving the car and fleeing. Using that, and a lot of people got upset at the prosecutor, but the prosecutor had to bring that up in order to curb it for later so that the defense didn't bring that up and say it was his own fault. So the prosecutor did bring it up, even though he shouldn't have fled. However, this was not the punishment for fleeing the car.
But my thing,
Right.
my father runs a prison, right? He teaches officers how to non-lethally take down. Like, I could take
He
down
coulda
Nate right
walked-
now by
listen.
myself.
He coulda- yeah.
I could probably take down Nate
I
with the
don't
stuff.
know. I
don't
saw
know
how
about
Nate lifted you like a rag doll and spun you
But look at
around.
Nate is like,
that.
okay,
But
really?
my thing is, like, literally,
And I picked her up outside.
like tasers. There's all kinds of
There's
rubber
all
bullets.
types
There's
of
all
things.
kinds of different things that all of these officers should be doing. So realistically, like, why are we wasting money on this trial? Why don't we use this money to retrain these officers? A 50-year-old? Come on, bro.
He
Like,
could have.
this
He
is
could have
insane
chased.
to
I
me.
mean, I'm watching this video. He could have
Insane.
chased him down.
Easy.
You.
He
But
could've
for
threw
a
a
tail
rock
light,
at him.
this is what you're taking the crime. They're like, you're not. He didn't rob anybody. He didn't beat it, and which is still not grounds for shooting. But you're not on an active police chase to stop a criminal. It's a tail light. It's something so minute, something that you can get a freaking warning for and turn into the next Home Depot and get a tail light. Like, it doesn't make any sense. But it just goes to show you how freely they feel like they can kill us and get away with it.
And it's because they can
continue
get
to
away with it.
Because yeah.
And this
because
is
it's
the
happening.
thing, and this is a problem. And if anyone doesn't see this problem, check video because
to
we have
YouTube.
at this point it doesn't get more conjecture than Alston. It doesn't get more than Walter Scott or Oscar Grant or any of these situations where these are on video. And then what makes it worse is that there's a cover-up. Let's not forget
Right.
that the officer tried to
drugs
cover it
on
up.
him.
He planted drugs. He lied on his report. The only reason we even know that all of this is incorrect and false information is because of the video that was taken by a cowering witness who decided to put their own life in a lot of ways on the line by doing so.
Not
Because-
kind of. For For sure.
Because if you notice in the Oscar Grant situation, a lot of people got their phones taken and people arrested. And if there wasn't a send button, we would have never seen that video either.
Right.
So welcome to the world of Walter Scott. I would love to see how this unfolds, but it's not the only thing that has gone on this week.
Let's
That's
just
what
see
makes
what
it even
happens
worse.
on the federal level.
Yeah.
In more F the police type of news, story number 2 is, according to eyewitnesses of the event, 21-year-old Cleon Hodge had the misfortune to bump into an undercover Cambridge, Massachusetts detective, Thomas Ahern, who promptly used...
A-hole.
All right.
Let's call him Thomas A-hole.
Thomas Ahern, a.k.a. Thomas A-hole, who promptly used police bully tactics on Hodge, who was facing assault on an officer charges. Police also charged a woman who tried to intervene and lesser charges on a third woman who videotaped the alleged
Who merely videotaped it, by the way. All she did was videotape it, which is all of our constitutional rights. If anyone's in public, we're allowed to videotape these people. Now, on the flip side, we have people like pedophiles who use this law and loophole to their advantage when they're just out there videotaping kids, and they cannot be prosecuted. So now we have a civilian who was videotaping within her legal rights, even in the state of Massachusetts and on a federal level, videotaping a situation where she didn't feel like it was just, and just videotaped it at a distance, and now she's being charged as well. And a young lady that intervened. Her charge is, at this point, is interfering in police.
Obstruction of justice?
But interfering in police. I forget the other word, like police activity,
business,
something. But it's a form of obstruction. But that's what I'm saying. We have a young lady who saw what was unfolding and stepped in and said, "Hey, this isn't right. You just turned around."
Yes.
The undercover cop, Cleon Hodges, is just merely walking. Said something to him because the cop bumped into him and didn't say excuse me, and the cop went off and apparently used his position of power to detain and arrest Cleon Hodge.
I seen that video. That was so stupid. That's all. I don't even have no words. It was just so stupid. Because when you know what I'm thinking about? I know I always go to say, my Uncle Keith was beat. He was beat by police that were undercover cops that kept trying to sell him drugs. And my uncle used to carry a table leg. And they just kept trying to get drugs. So then my uncle ended up beating up the police officer. Then all the other police came out and beat him to a bloody pulp. But my uncle is thinking this is somebody who keeps trying to get him to buy drugs, and he don't want to buy the drugs. And I just don't feel it's fair that if you don't announce who you are and don't announce yourself, you can't use that position of power to harm. You bumped him. So you don't have to say excuse me because you're an undercover cop. You should have said excuse me, and you should have keep it going. So if he says something to you, he doesn't know you're a police officer. He doesn't know your position of power. And if somebody bumps you, you have the right to go, yo, my man, like, excuse me, which is
actually kind of what he said. He made that comment. He didn't make a rude comment. He didn't curse. He wasn't aggressive. If you hear all the eyewitness testimony, everyone is basically saying this exact same thing. And that's what the problem is that everyone's saying Cleon Hodge should be cleared of this. Clearly, it's the police officer's fault by far. And this is white and black witnesses alike. So what happens is Cleon Hodge is crossing the road. The police officer isn't paying attention, bumps into Cleon. Cleon makes a Star Trek motion. I don't know why his name is Cleon. He makes a
Cleon, not Cleon.
Bro.
What is it?
Cleon.
Back it up,
It's
bro.
Cleon. Like he's like, "Ugh," no. It says something to the effect of "excuse me," something to that effect. There's a line. They all give basically the same line, and then the police officer just goes,
he has him slammed up against the wall and all type of stuff. He has him slammed up against the wall and everything. Dude's like, I didn't do nothing. Get off me. And you could just see the evil and the power in this white man's officer hemming up this young boy. And the woman that's right here, she's like, yo, he didn't do anything. People are trying to
speak up. Like, what are you doing?
Because it's wrong.
And he hasn't announced he's a cop until later. And it looks like, first of all, he's attacking him. This is what happens when white privilege gets a badge.
Yes.
And that's the unfortunate truth of a lot of police culture in the United States.
So the officer is not. I mean, he assaulted the kid, right?
I mean, he.
Yeah, but then they called it. But
police.
because he's a police officer, he's getting away with assault.
He did all his police moves that your dad has taught.
Yes, you don't want those. I'm trying to tell you,
You
those
don't.
are
He
not
didn't
good.
want them. I seen him. He didn't want them.
He didn't want him.
He didn't want
This
them.
was a 21-year-old
I've seen
kid.
it.
Cleon Hodge is 21-year-old
kid. And then it goes on now creating a police record for a young black man. Like, you see what I'm saying?
That's
it's
what
going
it
to
is.
jail, getting you on record. You know what I'm saying?
In the
Those are the
system.
things that's in the system. Now you're in the system.
Racist country, story number 3. Mall of America welcomed its first black Santa.
Yes, it
Black Santa Claus. Isn't that a beautiful concept? U.S. Army veteran Larry Jefferson of Irving, Texas, to the dismay of racists across the country. Promptly learning of Black Santa, racists, conservatives, and alt-right groups took to the web and organized boycotts of Mall of America. The supermall was forced to shut down its website and pages, comment sections, due to racially negative postings.
So all these years, Mall of America finally has one Black Santa Claus, who's an Army veteran, by the way.
And he looks
And people are
amazing
mad-
as Santa.
And he
too.
does.
He's
And
so
can we get that
jolly.
picture up of
Please, he's
him
so
as
jolly.
Santa Claus? He's the jolliest, nicest Santa Claus. There's a wonderful picture floating around, and people start commenting and making fun of him and making rude comments. People like, well, everyone knows Santa Claus is white. Megyn Kelly on Fox has stated that previously, that Jesus and Santa are white. Everyone needs to know this. And no, by the way, Jesus from the Middle East and Santa Claus made up. So,
And St. Nicholas is from the Middle East,
you know,
actually.
I just want to state that. So Santa Claus is a made-up human being that doesn't exist. Okay, and they're upset that now this made-up person might be black.
Oh my gosh.
Might be black in just one
One mall.
and they're actually making it sound like it's racist that we have a Black Santa. Why have a Black Santa to appease people when everyone knows Santa's white?
Santa does hella work every year to make sure that kids all over the globe get their
He's
presents
lightweight Latino.
for free, though. That
Yes.
is a black man.
That's a good point. I mean, can we get the Santa Claus picture?
He's doing it for cookies and
If we
milk.
can get the Santa Claus picture up, because I
Look
need
at
to
how
see.
jolly.
Look at
That's
how great
Santa.
he is.
He's cute.
Look
He
at
looks like
that guy.
Santa.
Look at the kid.
that
First
kid.
off, can we just see how happy the kid is? Let's just like, who cares about Santa?
That actually makes me realize that this was a planted picture, because no kid is that happy. Saying they're always crying, but this is the cutest kid.
But
cutest
Santa
family.
is-
all the kids
And
know
he's
they're going to get
cheery
what they're
and
asking for.
he looks like a joyful Santa.
Yes. The
good
crazy
looking
part
Santa.
is, and just how racism is taught, hate is taught. These kids that are going to see Santa love Santa. It is the adults that have the issue. And now you put these negative things into these children's head as well. And then they got to go back to school. And then this starts messing with their beliefs and how they see things. Because a lot of these kids, they play with whoever they want to play with. They don't see color. They don't
taught.
see all these things until you start to teach it. So now you're at the house, F Santa. And the kids are just like, well, I just love Santa. Like, what's the hold up here?
All
you know
of
what I'm
that
saying?
considered, it's time to make a joke. We're going to put a stereotypical line into Santa Claus's mouth while you look at the picture. My line is, yes, you can have that red fire engine you want for Christmas, but it's going to be late.
What is it gotta be
Because
like?
black people are late. That's horrible.
You got one, Tehran?
I was just gonna say, all three of my hoes owe me money. Ho, ho, ho. No, that's wrong. I did not say that. I did not
late.
say
He's
that.
in the
You
chat.
said that.
This is me laughing, trying to come up with something.
I heard
When
you
you're on
buying-
stage going, where the Sagittarius is at?
Ready to go.
No, Santa is like, whose baby is this? I didn't order this. Come on.
Right.
Take it back. Take it back. I came to the mall for some Jordans, not this kid. Get this kid out of here.
No, does anyone else think that that's Rick Ross in 25
Oh
years?
my gosh.
He's looking at the mama like, God damn, your mama thick.
Uh-uh.
Ooh, you came out of her?
Yo, this is, I mean, it's crazy that Kanisha, nothing? Kanisha?
It's just too racist. If we can't have fun with it, we can't have it at
But
all.
that's the thing. It's the difference between comedy and tragedy is just the way you
Yeah.
look at something. And if we didn't get to laugh about it, all we could do is cry about it. So
Yes,
I
definitely.
Yeah.
appreciate the comedy and all the tragedies that befall this world.
At the end of the
Keep
day,
that
this whole
joy
thing
going.
is trash, and he should be able to be Santa Claus all he
Well,
wants.
they're not gonna let him stop being Santa though. They said they're sticking by their decision
And
to
I'm
have
glad
him be
they
Santa
did.
Claus, and that's what I appreciate.
Yes.
And I feel like all the people, because you have to always counteract hate with love. So
Yes.
everybody that's boycotting, this should encourage everybody else to go shop at Mall of America.
Mall of
if
America.
you're in the vicinity of it, like, you know what? That's where I'm going then, to show your support. More people should come out and get double pictures. Come there every day. We love you, Santa. Just
No,
to
we
show.
love you, Black Santa.
Black Santa.
We love you, Black Santa.
We love you, Banta.
And realistically, if they want to
I
be
would go with
smart.
Blanta.
Blanta.
Yeah, Blanta.
Blanta. Realistically, he could be Santa. Black don't crack. He could be Santa from All of America for like 30 more years.
Yes,
y'all.
he
So
could.
realistically,
I just
lock
want
him
all
into
of
a
his
contract and y'all
yes.
good.
Hey-o!
Like I'm just saying.
Hey-o! Nittany with a go
I just want all of his gifts to be in a big ass Crown Royal bag. I think that would be.
It took you way too long for that one to come up. Nate, can we move? No, don't touch me.
I
Don't
I
touch
had
me.
other ones, but I
With
didn't
your-
wanna say.
with
I
your-
appreciate
with
that.
your germs.
Oh, big-
Can we get some hand sanitizer,
Can
please?
Black Santa bring you some medicine? All right, story number 4. As if this country didn't feel like it wasn't burning enough already. A blaze in Oakland, California, at a makeshift warehouse nightclub left almost 50 people injured and confirmed 35 dead, with a possibility of 10 or more missing and presumed dead. Due to structural damage, crews have been unable to locate the rest of the missing bodies. The cause of the accidental fire is still undetermined. The building, a collective, had been rented for events in the past and had complaints that it was not up to code. The people who were at the concert, some of their last tweets and Instagram posts were that it was lit.
No.
Yo, no, it's too soon, bro.
No, you didn't even let me digest the
Too
sadness.
soon.
Listen, it's headlines
Too
for the headliners. If you can't take tragedy and comedy at the same
soon.
time.
All I hear is the roof. The roof. People are singing
Somebody
along
was
like,
like, no, seriously.
Guys.
The roof is seriously on fire. Yeah, it's cracking, fam. No, seriously.
But you know what makes it
We
even
don't
worse
need no
is that
water.
these people died from smoke inhalation.
That's
it was
the worst.
so crazy, and they couldn't get out. And people had complained to the owner about how this place wasn't safe and yada yada. But the owner was, renting it out to make extra money and happened
really-
to be in a
and
and they
hotel.
were
with
being
this
a
kid.
rave. They were having like this crazy
What
rave.
concert was it?
It wasn't.
It was
This
a
is like a
rave.
rave. It was like a rave party.
It
Man,
was
that
a
is
rave,
not
and
good.
they cram people in for the raves.
Yeah.
And then a lot of these raves, you got to remember, a lot of people are very high. There's
yeah.
a lot of drugs going around the raves, and it's so loud to even warn people. Sometimes it's hard. So I feel like a lot of people got trampled too, trying to get out of here, and the smoke and the fire. And
What was the DJ doing? Like,
It
why
took
didn't
him
he
a
just
long
turn the
time to
music
get-
on and be like, hey, yo, the roof is on fire
By the way,
in real
guys,
life?
Yeah.
You never. You know what? The DJ actually probably would be the one to get everybody to listen.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Should have turned the music down and been like, yo.
I wonder if the DJ made it out. The
Yeah, he
DJ was
might have
like,
just dipped.
All right.
You know what? This
Yo.
is not looking good.
Yo.
Just left the music on?
I mean, the DJ could have been. Here's the thing: if this was you, okay,
Think about it.
and you were the DJ, but you were also the organizer, right? And you're trying to get the heck out of here because you are now facing huge liability issues.
Ooh,
You just-
lawsuits.
Yo,
and-
we don't know the situation, and in fact, that's one thing that's bothered me about this is that they've been really tight-lipped about everything because these aren't the people that you expect to have this befall them, right?
Was this a black concert
it
or
was not. It was not.
They handle it differently, guys.
I
If
feel
you
like
hadn't
they
learned anything
did.
from the other stories, it's handled differently every time. First of all, if a black artist was there, they'd be talking about shutting their entire career down.
Yes.
Like if this was an E40 concert, and
yeah.
No, 100%. Snoop Dogg had a situation where, the venue was irresponsible at a actual venue and someone fell off the fence and they shut down everything and then discontinued his tour and blah,
Yes.
blah, blah.
yeah,
Like,
take
and that's Snoop.
sponsorships, everything.
everything.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I
So
don't
this-
want to make everything about race, but
This is.
it is. So-
Just the way that the media is handling things. So listen, this reminds me of a story. So we'll go into story time. I heard of this from Kanisha. There was a party at Washington State University.
Yes.
And there was a fight that broke out in a 2-story building. The
Yes.
party was on the 2nd floor and a fight broke out. And everybody was like, yo, handle that downstairs so the party can keep going.
Yes.
So they're all fighting downstairs on the 1st floor while the party's going on upstairs. The cops come. They shoot tear gas. And
Well, they see, first of all, the cops show up and it was black men that were fighting. And they got so intimidated instead of trying to break it up. And it wasn't guns, baseball bats, nothing. They're college kids using their fists to fight. They were so intimidated that they begin to bomb and spray. But nobody came upstairs. And all of a sudden, we're on the dance floor. And you just start looking and everybody's faces start swelling. And we are dying. And we're trapped upstairs. It was like one of the worst things
Wow.
ever. Not only that, they handcuffed all the young black men and left them in the building to take it in. And we went to a
Wow.
school where Washington
Yeah.
State University, Eastern Washington
Yeah.
is real. They wouldn't let any of the black kids. They would only take athletes to the hospital. They were laughing at us. This was an ongoing lawsuit
there
for
was
years.
Snapchat, they
They
were-
they
were-
got
they-
sued.
So what happened?
they were. It's,
they got
it's
a
still
huge
going.
class
That is
action.
not on. That is not done. It's almost been like 13 years now.
Wow.
They were laughing. The police were laughing, but they made a mistake too because some of the the advisor to the president, one of the deans, there was a lot of professionals that were in there, and they sprayed a lot of the teachers and stuff, and they just seen them as black.
The teachers was
It-
partying?
Oh yes. Oh, it went down.
up?
But
Mom's
the
weekend.
thing is, it was Mom's weekend, but
yeah, I heard
nobody
about this.
came upstairs and told anybody, and kids were dying. We were throwing up, crying.
And there was a back exit, and so
Yes.
people were getting trampled
Oh,
coming down like
gosh,
this
yes, 'cause we-
stairwell outside trying to get out.
And we had to jump over the gate
Somebody's
or whatever.
mama-
it was
that Mom's
crazy.
weekend goes down.
Yes, it was crazy. But
How long ago was it?
11, 13, 14 years
Jeez,
ago.
how old are you, bro?
I saw it.
I'm
So
so
She's sick all the time.
Set it on up.
We were like, which one of these is gonna take her
Yeah.
out?
Oh my God.
But even the DJ, he just playing music, DJ Goldfinger, and Goldfinger couldn't. You're right,
Good
he
old
couldn't
Goldfinger.
even DJ for a long time after that. But it
No,
was
I
just
thought he just couldn't DJ.
no. But it was just, that's what they do. And sometimes you just don't have no warning until it's too late, and everybody goes into panic. And at that moment, it's just there's no order because everybody is for themselves.
Well,
And that finalizes the story. No, I'm just playing.
No,
What are you saying?
I was gonna say, but in this situation, it was just there was no police involvement until after. And one of the sad facts is they weren't able to go through the building because of the collapse and stuff for a long time. So family members were just
Still
waiting
don't know.
and still don't know.
That's
And
really
they can't
like
ID some of the bodies because they're
crazy.
burned so bad. I mean, that's and even though we make jokes, we make jokes out of love. Like this is a real.
No, this is a real situation, but I'm nervous because when you're high, because these people them raves. I know,
They
I know
might not
white folks
even
in my
know they're
family.
dead. Some of them so high they
They don't
you're
even
so
know.
high,
still
you don't know
high.
what the hell is going on. You know what I'm saying?
Well, my
So they
thing
pulled
is,
up to Heaven Gates like, yo, stop dancing. We're processing you right now. Yeah, it's cracking over here.
Well, you gotta get the fog machine.
Is that Michael Jackson?
And when you're high, you don't smell the burning. It looks like fog machines.
Yeah,
the lights
maybe.
are going. A lot of times, raves, your eyes are closed. You know what I'm saying?
That is
That's
honestly
crazy.
like the worst scenario to have
And it's the
because
worst
you
way to
can't
die,
tell
man.
the difference between is the party going to another level or is that real fire?
is it serious or not?
because you're listening for cues.
And it's
Well, one
way too
thing-
late by the time.
I was gonna compare was the shooting that happened in Florida with the gay club. Like, is that a reason why gays are the new blacks when it comes to like social issues? In my opinion, in the country, like, is that the reason? No, these are just a bunch of high kids. We don't need to worry about them telling the story. Like, I'm like.
Maybe.
I don't know.
It could be. I mean, that's the thing.
I mean,
Gays aren't the new blacks.
Gays
Put that
are the
out there
blacks.
too.
Just saying.
It's your opinion.
Civil
That's
rights,
fine.
no, but it's civil rights.
really-
When it
I
comes
mean-
to civil rights, it's the people pushing civil rights agendas further and farthest, and gay people and black people and all minorities of all different walks of race, color, religion are really, they're pushing these civil rights agendas. And what happens in the black community definitely trickles down to the Latino and gay community, even
Right.
though there is no unity amongst us as a whole.
Yeah.
And there should be. There's
Right.
like a lot of racism in the gay community
Right.
that
Yeah.
no one addresses.
A lot.
There's a lot of racism and division between Latinos and blacks that no one. And even though we have very similar interests when it comes culturally, economically, socioeconomically, policy, and all these things. So disenfranchisement. I mean, this is a thing where it's not. This isn't just a black issue or a white issue. It's black, Hispanic, gay. Minorities.
I
So.
mean, if the smoke, they might have just thought somebody had some really bad weed.
Oh yeah,
Because I sometimes will be in a club like, that is the worst weed I've ever smelled. I'm out of
they're
here.
burning that Reggie.
And then I'm like,
Somebody's
oh
last
my God.
thought was that. Like, who got all that Reggie in the club?
I'm
That's
just saying.
terrible.
That's
Guys.
real.
So prayers and condolences go out from
Yes,
us to the
definitely.
families of those who got lost,
Wow.
that are lost, and hopefully we can find your loved ones, and give them a proper funeral and burial. I'm gonna skip a story and go to story number 6. This is and from the frying pan into the fire. I don't know why that segue is appropriate. How about this? Story number 6.
If you miss, you skipped it.
It's okay. I get it. I get where that you can't see what I can see, but in skipping the story, I should have made up a segue. So here
Yes.
goes the made up segue. Conservative political commentator Tomi Lahren, this woman is crazy.
Oh, my goodness.
The angriest 24-year-old that you will ever see took on Trevor Noah on The Daily Show last week, and the web says she lost as Lahren tried to defend her views. Noah subjected Tomi Lahren to sarcasm and logic as their interview garnered high ratings and applause breaks. Listen, don't take it from us. Let's watch it.
Point out, I mean, I've never used racial slurs to address people.
Thank you.
I've never looked down on.
Oh.
She said I never use racial slurs to address
Not
people.
supposed to.
That's
Yeah.
like she's doing us a favor. I've never done it to address people. Like that means
Not on
she's
camera
thought it.
anyway.
Like in my head,
Yeah.
that just meant she's thought it and she's never said
She
it.
gotta catch
And
herself.
she goes
These
on to say
nice people.
more. Like she just. Have you ever seen her clips?
Oh,
Have
she's
you ever seen her
outrageous.
clips?
Yeah. Oh,
First
yeah.
of all, I gotta say I actually really like Tomi Lahren. Okay, I really
would.
do. Of course I do. Of course I do.
All right, we're going to give Tomi another shot to
Look
get...
down on someone because of their skin color. To
Honed.
me, true diversity is diversity of thought, not diversity of color. I don't see color. I go after Hillary Clinton and she is white as they come.
Okay.
You don't see color. So what do you do at a traffic light? I don't believe in that at all.
Yes, I love the way he handled
It's
it.
seeing color. It's how you treat color that's more important.
And I feel like he could have
Hold
went
on, let
after
me
her
say
more.
this. He's giving her the business.
I feel like
think
he
he
could have
could've.
done more.
I don't believe anyone is actively trying. There are a few people who are trying to be bad from their point of view. But when I look at what you're saying, you say you're not pushing a racist narrative. You're criticizing. Do you really believe you're criticizing and you're not malintentioned when you say things like Black Lives Matter is the new KKK? Because you realize Black Lives Matter can't be the new KKK. The KKK is still around. They have not vacated their premises. And most importantly, to say Black Lives Matter is the new KKK is to really, really minimize what the KKK did and what they stand for. That is not the same thing. Surely you understand the incendiary feeling of your comments.
Man, you know what?
I mean, it's not the Black Lives Matter, clearly not the KKK, because I haven't seen Black Lives Matter going around lynching people, white people.
No, or burning
just
crosses
because.
or shooting up kids in schools and churches, and they're fueled by hate. And that's where people have the biggest misunderstanding. Well, these people that think like her, because she's not the only person that I have said that has compared that and said that Black Lives Matter is a hate group and a hate movement, and it blows my mind. Just like they say the same thing about the Black Panthers, and it's like, no, they were there to protect us from those hate groups. You know what I'm saying? But she's ridiculous. I can't tolerate her because she says some of the most outrageous things, and they give her a platform and label it news, and that's what I hate.
No one labels it. She has a YouTube channel.
She's on Fox.
Yeah,
she's like the new
is brought on.
Is she like the
But she's
mini
still,
Rush
But that's how she came
she's
on.
still on a news outlet. That's maybe where she started, but where she's on a news outlet.
She's
and
been
we already
completely validated
yes,
by Fox.
That's the point.
And she has an opinion. I am not mad that she has an opinion.
No.
I'm not mad that she voices her opinion. It's up to us to teach others not to.
What are you mad
accept
about?
it. I'm mad that she was on TMZ and someone asked her if she's ever been with a black dude, and she couldn't answer because she's been with a black
Yes,
dude.
they have.
Look, you know who hurt you? This nigga messed it up for the rest of us, bro. Tommy
Yes.
was a threat. She wouldn't have
She
been
would've had
mad,
3 mixed
but
kids
one
by now.
athlete, one Nate Jackson,
Yes.
got up in Tommy's guts
Oh,
and
no.
and then she turned into this. She was like, because you can tell she's down with the mic. She looks like that girl.
No, this is-
You know who she looked like? She looked like a Cam Newton ex. That's exactly what she looked
And
like.
they had the people that went to college with her when they came out and had the stuff like they had pictures of her all up on the black dudes, the football players.
You know who
come
it
on.
reminds me of? Sarah Palin. You know who ruined Sarah Palin? Glenn Rice.
Oh.
Did you know Glenn Rice knocked down
Yes.
Sarah Palin
Yeah.
back in Alaska?
3.
Yeah.
There we go. And that's what,
Big shot Glenn.
Yes.
Big shot all over her.
Right.
And then next thing you know, Sarah Palin became Sarah Palin because he was nailing Sarah Palin.
yeah.
Sarah
And then
Palin.
this. So Tomi Lahren has she has a platform. She's allowed to voice her opinion. I always believe that you don't believe in freedom of speech if you don't believe in it for the people you disdain. If you don't believe in freedom of speech for the people you disdain, you do not believe in freedom of speech. I appreciate her. And one thing she does point out is that she is simply the voice of an opinion of a group of people that have been neglected. And it's the same group of people that Donald Trump went after when everyone told him it was silly, but he went and listened to them and talked to them and spoke to that middle America that people don't realize represent a large portion of the United States. A large, overwhelming, let's
And
vote
sadly,
a president
that's what
into.
they think, and it
this is
drives
what
me
they
crazy.
think. And so it's this rhetoric, like all these people protesting and stuff. Instead of protesting, how about we move to Alabama and Mississippi and start voting there and becoming and integrating ourselves into the communities in order to change it
'Cause
slowly.
nobody feel like living with them
exactly.
for-
Nobody wants to live
I'm
there.
good.
because you might end up dead these days. I'm not trying to risk that.
There are 2 Americas, and we just saw one with the South African and white America.
I can't deal with this. I don't believe in color because, girl, you definitely do with this spray tan choice on
yes.
orange. I don't understand. Same with this blonde hair.
You're not
I'm
going
just
to give
go.
the orange is the new black,
Orange
gay
is
is
the
the new
new
black.
you feel me?
Orange
Like,
is the new black.
you know about
Orange
color
is the new
choices,
gay.
girl.
Orange is the new gay.
Because guess what?
I
That
swear to God, I
orange-
hope she pops up with a mixed baby somewhere. That would be the triumph for me.
But she's saying she's not I'm not saying she
That's
may or
why
may
a lot
not
of
be
black
racist.
dudes be smashing white chicks. I'm not that
to
guy.
end racism.
But they're
Yeah.
literally like one white woman at a time.
yeah. Yes, that is true.
I didn't get my 40 acres and a mule.
Listen, I got
This is
a
what I'm
homeboy.
gonna
I'm gonna
This is
leave
my
him. I'm gonna leave
reparations.
him anonymous. But in high school, there was this chick, this white girl, right? And everybody would go to different houses and kick it after school, and nobody really was feeling her. She was just the house that we all got to go to
Yeah.
and kick it with other people. Well, we got there, and there was like this other room, and we go in there, and there's literally like Confederate flag memorabilia, like a couple swastikas, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, yo. We got to get out of here. And my boy's like, yo, I'm going to smash her in her daddy's bed. In her daddy's bed, it has to go down. That was his motivation.
Did he do it?
That was his motivation
Did he do it?
for doing it.
Yo,
But they
and,
do say-
don't say his
Is
name.
he
Kevin
alive?
Hart's B.T. Kingsley. That's like, we salute you.
No, BT only likes East African girls.
Yeah, he
like, that
does.
he is
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, he does.
all
Nah,
African
actually,
girls.
that story is really about Nate Jackson, to be honest. But go on.
What is?
Who's
that
alive?
story?
Yeah.
But what you
weren't
guys have to
hey,
understand,
you
too-
said that way too clear.
Yeah,
You
he
were
knew
the-
that.
yo,
He knew
you-
that.
Your
you
homeboy
knew the-
Dante.
Don't
Take
say
somebody out
it.
of anonymity is just
There
a
we
brewing.
go.
It doesn't
There we
mean-
go. There we go.
Never smashed a white girl
mad
for that.
though.
I've been like, that's a thick white girl and she got it, but never just because I saw a swastika.
Yeah.
Yes, but you know what I've heard
Swastikas
in
make
the
me,
argument
you know.
with men?
What do they do to your
Hilarious.
nitties?
What do they do?
Who does, you know what I'm saying? No, they don't.
No, I'm not turned on.
Yo, by the way, welcome to the most inappropriate show on Black Hollywood Live. They put out great content. Our views do not reflect those of Darielle or Nick Perdue or Black Hollywood Live.
Which I think is understood when people click this and they know they're going for an edgier show that has truth and substance to it, along with some laughs and comedy. Story number 7 and our last story, because we do have to wrap up. We're going to end in good news. Huh?
We have good news. We actually have good
It's
news.
your people.
Dakota- Yeah, your people.
Oh, my
I don't think they do
You
that.
don't know the people yet. Let's just wait.
I know what it is.
Okay, well, you do got
Standard
the
rock.
Pocahontas thing going on. Ending in good news, the Dakota Pipeline construction was halted as unified natives and indigenous Americans alongside citizens and what seemed like the entire social media stood in unity against the creation of a fracking pipeline. Well, fracking
That was
pipeline.
good.
On native burial ground. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers denied an easement for the pipeline to cross Lake O-A-H-E, a corpse reservoir and Missouri River in North Dakota. The pipeline was set to cross the river a half mile from the Standing Rock Sioux reservation border.
I mean, this is a victory for people.
Yes.
It's a victory for unity. And you know who I hate right now? All those people who are taking credit for the victory who posted a Facebook status. Like, no, it was the natives who were getting hit with the water hose
The
and the
water hose,
dog.
the
And the
rubber bullets,
pesticide,
the
whatever
dogs.
they were dropping out of the plane.
Yes.
Exactly, and getting arrested. And here's the thing: I actually was in Detroit, and a native young lady was on the show with me, and she was explaining things. Me being from Washington D.C. and our native team being the Redskins,
Right.
you know, she was explaining things, and I was like, "Wow, that." Is a point of view that I'd never thought of. Like how offensive the term Redskins is,
yes.
and how offensive that a lot of the fact that the states in the United States are even named for native words.
Right.
And then their land is being taken and how bad it was. And she was telling me firsthand experience as she grew up on a reservation, a comedian. And I was like, wow, Adrian, it's craziness to me. And then I
She has
went back to
personal
my regular
experience with
life.
that.
And then I
Yeah.
went back to my regular life. But
She grew up on a
I
reservation.
grew up on a reservation.
See what
too.
I mean?
Actually, I have members from my tribe, the Macaw tribe in Washington State.
Who are awesome and
Yeah.
love the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah. But my family is actually in North Dakota and was there fighting and all that. So I got to actually like see some footage and hear exactly what's going on. But my grandmother, she's still alive. And I mean, my high school was called the Red Devils. I mean, red skin, you're the devil.
oh,
Like,
is that
that's-
why it was Red Devils?
the
Or
red-
is it just because the devil's red? Like,
You know, no. Literally, like that's what they were named because Native Americans were considered devils.
I had never heard this
red
term.
skin, red devils. Yeah, so they.
Prairie niggers.
Oof, yeah.
That
like,
is a
it's-
term that people use, which very creative, by the way, because prairie is just not a word you throw out.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
that's some
plains-
Oregon Trail shit.
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
Plains Indian
Prairie
stuff.
nigger. Like, that's a
Yeah,
word
a
that's
Muslim
used.
guy
My-
calls
yeah.
somebody a sand nigger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sand. Sand.
My mom-
hacky.
my mom-
Prairie.
So I have two mothers, and one is Native American, and she was called an apple. I've been called an Oreo because
What's
I'm
an
black and
apple?
white.
It's
an
got red on the
apple
outside?
is red skinned, but you're white because her dad is
Wow.
white. So she's an apple. Those are some of
Racist
the.
is so creative.
and it's
Strawberries.
very- It's crazy, but I grew up on a reservation where the government actually took 90% of the land that was my
Eminent
tribe
domain, or-
and pushed us to the corner, pretty much hoping we just all died from smallpox, but we didn't, and we've actually
Now,
had-
by the way, this is in
Currently, like, I'm going home in 2 weeks,
1754 or 18. This is
Yeah.
2016,
Yes.
and it's still going on.
It's still going on. So to see that this actually is a positive thing, because I honestly was like, oh no, it's like a. What do they call it? Indian giving? That's literally a term that the government does all the time. Hey, you know what? We're going to give you this little
Yes.
piece of land, but we're going to take most of it. Actually, there's some water, some oil there. You know what?
You guys gotta go.
Yeah, y'all gotta go.
This
so.
wasn't technically their land, but there were a lot of federal questions legally, and there was obviously a lot of resistance. I mean, this could have tainted their water source. And here's the funny thing: they rerouted it because the
yes, I was just about to say that.
they rerouted it so that the white
Neighborhood said it was going to poison their same thing, so they made
poison their water. So they rerouted it towards the natives.
Yeah.
You know, so it's one of those
So
things.
they knew
where,
the contamination was possible.
Wow.
All right, listen. We have come to the end of this episode. If you have any comments, any rebuttals, anything you want to say, anything that you think may be funny, or maybe I said something crazy or somebody rubbed you the wrong way, whatever it is, leave it in the comments below. We do read them, we do write back, we do reply, and we do respond. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it, tag somebody, put it on Facebook, all of that.
All of it.
Check me out again on Instagram at Mr. Nate Jackson or Wildin' Out. We come back from the holiday hiatus, and episodes are every Thursday night at 10 p.m. on MTV. To my immediate left, the diva, the dime, the babyface.
she gets to go first now.
Hey.
Nitty number 2.
What's good, guys? Miss Tabor, MSTABER on all social medias. You guys can check me out Tuesdays with Tehran at the Imperfect Gentleman Show on Dash Radio.
Wednesday's the plug. Don't forget the plug.
Actually, we switched times, so I have my own music show on Dash Radio as well. Saturdays from 12 to 1, The Plug
that's
Radio.
even better.
All music. Send in. Check out the website, www.theplugradio.com.
To her left,
No, I want an introduction.
Ooh.
the most beautiful, devastating, phenomenal,
Unhealthy.
Oh, hi guys.
sickly,
Influenza.
Okay, forget that. Hey
fist
guys.
throwing, thunder punching,
let's go.
young
We need
man
a Kanisha
smashing.
challenge. You know the ice bucket challenge? We need to do a Kanisha challenge. We got to do something.
Man,
You
just
gotta
follow
dump
me.
emergency.
Tell me
Dump
to follow that,
emergency
Nitty.
on you.
Kanisha, Kanisha is comedy on all outlets, Sirius XM, All Def Digital, and Everybody Digital. Coming soon. Catch my comedy special.
Which you smashed, by the way. You
Smashed.
called me when you were excited, and I got another call that said that you were destruction. You were a tornado.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Absolutely incredible.
Good for you.
To her
Good for
immediate
you.
left, the
If there's a
the man.
zombie apocalypse, I'll know Kanisha was the reason. My name is at I am Tehran. Find me at I am Tehran all across social media's sphere. At I am Tehran.
Man,
IG,
you could not get these out.
tweet.
Let's go.
No, because I'm thinking.
I am Tehran and
listen,
what?
You know what? I just realized
Social
you
media
had said something, and it just hit me.
Well, say that.
Listen, we are sexually harassing the only 2 female guests. Like we're like
used to
nitty
it.
titties, and I'm like,
That's a
why are we
song.
allowed to say
First
these
of all,
things?
there's a famous beat maker, and he goes, "This is a nitty beat." That's all I've been referring to this whole time, Young Nitty.
God, look at his lawyer is like so proud of him for that.
Yeah.
You
He
gotta
just
be-
rerouted
you gotta be
that like
quicker than that.
You know what? It's fine. We'll just harass them back. Put your hand under the table.
Okay, thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching Headlines with Headlines.
Yeah,
Please
yeah, you
comment
can reach
below.
mine. Yeah.
And it's all in good fun. We're a family here.
Yes, we
It's all
are.
love. Y'all be blessed. Have a great day. Love you. Headlines with Headliners.
From executives Keven Undergaro, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio. Instagram me at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in. The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.